Corpus, welcome aboard the SS Hitstorm. It's wonderful Friday. Okay, so we got that back. Wait, where are the results? I thought this was supposed to get us the results back. So the results are that the search took 0.2565666 seconds. Where the hell are the results? And those are our search parameters from Google API. So how do we actually get the results? Okay, I don't need that anymore. As you can see, I'm trying to teach Kat how to use the internet. What could possibly go wrong? So hopefully she can be a little bit more up to date. If I can say, hey, Kat. The idea is so that I can just say, hey, Kat, when's the next Genshin patch? And she can search next Genshin patch. And the idea is I'm trying to figure out how to get it to then send that data to OpenAI, ask it to summarize it for me, and then she can speak the summarization back to me. That would be great. Whether I can actually pull it off or not is the real question. Request body. The request body must be empty. Response body. If successful, the response body contains an instance of search. What the hell does that mean? Yeah, that's what I got back. Yeah, but how do I get the actual search results from it though? That's what I got back. So it worked. So Kat now has her own custom Google search engine called Cat Search. And for free. Hello Vortex, how are you? That's actually not too bad because it says you can use it for free and do up to 100 searches per day. And I'm like, well, to be fair, that's great. Like, I'm unlikely to ask 100 search related queries by voice while I'm streaming, so that should be fine. So how do I get the search results back though? Items, object, a result. Did I get that? Oh wait, I got total results 0. I got 0 results. Wait, that's not right. 0 results. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try a different search query. Yeah, also, I need to handle spaces. I think I need %20s for the spaces. Just, Unity, just put it there. Thank you. Need a big, long, tall one. Okay, let's try a different search query. Banana. Search for banana. Let's clear that debug log. Okay, there's my result. Banana. I would hope I would get at least one result. But whatever, I know there's a curly brace there. Right, what does banana give me? Total results 0. Ah, this isn't right. This isn't right. Right, Q is supposed to equal search terms, not exact terms. Maybe it's because my search terms is empty, but it's not clear. Like, what are the search terms? Oh, the search terms are supposed to be Q equals. Okay, 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 okay. I'm okay, just planning on making a 2D game that has a pixel art style. That should be fun. Sort of game you're going for. So it looks like, okay, so my API request needs to say Q for query equals and then the search. So I've got, I was using exact terms because I couldn't find a field for it. Okay. Or I need to maybe influence the field search terms. Because it says here template search terms. Okay, well, first of all, I could try. Question mark is the start of the instructions, isn't it? So I would need to put it here. So it's Q equals plus search for plus the rest of it. But actually, does it need to include the curly braces? And then it would have an and. Okay, let's try it without the curly brackets. Let's try that. This time we'll search for. I just came up with the game title being Hellshot, but the idea is it takes place in hell. That sounds fun. Are you a demon yourself, or are you going to be a good guy? Because both could be quite interesting. Or is it going to be a choices matter? You know, like you decide whether you're the good guy or the bad guy. Yeah, those are always. I always feel like anytime a game tries to do that, I love the idea. But it's always very like the one that comes to mind is Red Dead Redemption 2, where the idea was it was so stupid, right? Like they had this honor meter which dictated whether you were like a good guy or a bad guy in the Wild West, right? And an example is I was like, well, how do I give myself loads of honor? And the best way to give myself loads of honor was to fish a lot. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. It's just like it's so poorly implemented. Like I like the idea, but you know, why does so you're saying that you couldn't be a evil serial killer and also be into fishing at the same time? Like one cancels the other out, does it? Yeah, it was just like, well, that's a stupid way to implement it, but yeah. But yeah, I remember doing that. So I remember fishing for ages because I wanted to get my honor right up so that I could spend the rest of the game just running around like an evil motherfucker and still have loads of honor. But yeah, my honor was just slowly going down the more I played the game. So funny. Okay, let's try a query of yeah, fishing. Let's try a fishing query. Total results 0. Search terms, fishing. Well, this time it picked up on the search term. Start index 1, safe search medium. My search engine's ID, sort by date, results in English. Maybe it's the exact terms that's screwing this up. How can it have 0 results? That makes no sense. Right, let's try getting rid of the exact terms part. Maybe that's screwing it up. Right, just in case I... Because that worked in the API test thing. But it doesn't seem to work when I put it in Unity. Strange reason. Just get rid of exact terms. There. Let's try that. Hello, Trish. How are you? Corkium. Makes me sound like I enjoy glasses of wine. Makes me sound like Deluc. Or Venti. Venti's at the side of those, isn't he? Okay. Google! I don't understand, right? Google custom search, phishing. Search term, phishing. Right? Give me page 1's results. Safe search medium. My custom search engine ID. Sort by date. Results in English. Disable Chinese translation. And date restrict within 6 months. 0 results. Nobody fishes anymore? Can't blame them. Probably all radiated by now. Probably all glowing green with 6 eyes. Okay, why isn't this working? I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? This thing might as well be written in an alien language. It's so user unfriendly. We recommend you call this service using Google provided client libraries. I recommend you go fucking take a walk off a short cliff, mate. If your application needs to call this service using your own libraries, you should use the following information when making the API request. A discovery document. The hell? Do I look like I run my own documentary TV show? Does the Discovery Channel even still exist anymore? I don't know, probably. A discovery document is a machine-readable specification for describing and consuming REST APIs. It is used to build client libraries, IDE plugins, and other tools to interact with Google APIs. One service may provide multiple discovery documents. This service provides the following discovery document. V1 REST. Oh my god, are you kidding me? How much bandwidth do you think I have? Well, I've probably got enough to be fair. A service endpoint is a base URL that specifies the network address of an API service. One service may have multiple service endpoints. This service has the following service endpoint, and all URIs below are relative to the service's endpoint. Customsearch.googleapis.com. In terms of metadata about search performed. Oh, list. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting back using my Unity web request. Metadata about the search engine used for search and the search results. Yeah, the issue is that it's giving me 0 results on every search at the moment. I don't know why. 0 results. Which makes no sense. Can we not have this in English? So custom search API, let's have a look. Custom Google search API, no results. Results. Right. Haha! I'm not the only person struggling. Custom search engine returns no results programmatically, but however displays results in the console. No, I'm not getting, well, I don't know. I'm only trying to do it programmatically. I have an application that uses custom Google search engine to do programmatic searches over a public website. Lately, the search does not seem to be working as always expected. Okay. Like to update that the thing which you have reported is expected behavior when using JSON API. For the JSON API, we only suggest a correct spelling, but do not automatically replace the original query. So no results is served for the wrong spelled term. I'm not spelling it wrong. Please provide how you implemented your programmable search engine and how you're performing the query. Q query. Yeah. CX, auth key. What if it's a page number issue thing? Google API. Ah, don't. Why'd you move on me? I was reading that. Why did it move? I was reading it. Where the hell is it? Man, I was reading that. The fucking page jumped for no reason. Right, here we go. Google API, custom search v1. Key at the start. Well, that's not the way mine was formatted. And CX, your search engine ID. And Q equals your query. I mean, we could try doing it that way. Okay, we could try doing it that way. Google APIs, insert your key here. Okay, let me do that off screen. Because I only get 100 free searches a day. And I know if Pika sees my API key, he'll just be fucking posting it on Reddit or something. Fucking using up all my free results. So we can't be showing that on here. Okay, there's my API key. CX equals your search engine ID. I've got that on the same notepad. There it is. Search engine ID. Alrighty. And my query, which is plus search for. There we go. Alright, we could try that. And see if it gives us anything better. Today I beat Resident Evil 1 using only a knife for the first time on the stream. Oh, nice. Is that the remake? Did they remake the first one? They must have done. Is that the one that I really like? I think it's Resident Evil 2, the one that I really like. Why can't I remember Resident Evil 1 remake? I love the Resident Evil games. Have you played the new one yet? I do want to play the new one. I just haven't had time. Just have not had time doing all this crap. Alright, let's see what we get. Search for fishing. Search for zombies. There we go. Try to keep it relative. I'll make a clip in a sec. Resident Evil 1. Yeah, I know, but I'm just like, I'm wondering why my brain can't picture it. That's alright, you can see that. Resident Evil remake. I feel like they have, and as soon as I see it, I'll recognize it. Oh, it's not actually ringing any bells. See, I only really started getting into it. Well, the thing is, I had Resident Evil 2 when it originally came out on the PlayStation, and when you had like a separate disc to play as Claire on one disc and to play as, what's his name, Zach, or whatever. Obviously, I didn't play as Zach on the other disc, but I didn't manage to get too far. And then I forgot all about it until Resident Evil 5, which I got on the PC, and then that's when I really started getting back into it again. So I played 5. I didn't play 6 though, because it got terrible reviews. But I played 6 more recently, which I actually really liked 6, because it was just so ridiculous that it was actually fun. It was actually good. I felt like that was a game that was so bad it was good. I really enjoyed 6. But I love, and then obviously, was it 7 that came out? The one with VR. I really loved that. Was that 7? That must have been 7. But they called it something different, didn't they? What did they call 7? Biohazard, that's it. That's it. Yeah, really liked that one. Then I think the next one I played was the remake of 2, I think, which is my favorite. I really love that one. Got that on my Steam library. Yeah, this is my favorite, I think. I really loved the remake of 2. I thought it was excellent. I did play Resident Evil 3 remake, but I thought my expectations were high from Resident Evil 2 remake, and I don't think it hit expectations. And I haven't played 4 yet. And was there another one? Oh yeah, there was another one. There was the one with the woman, the big boober. I didn't finish, but I played it on stream. I think you saw me play it as well, didn't you? Yeah, that one was alright. Got lost a lot on it, but then again, I get lost in every game, so that doesn't really mean much. Okay, do we get any results back? We got search results! We got search results! We got search results! Oh my god! We got search results! Oh! Oh! Look at this! Search results! Oh! Sorry, I mean, yes, very nice search results. That's what you need right here. Grab your old searchy results. Alright, so now I've got to find a way to get this data, only the relevant data, send it to GPT, ask it to summarize it for me, and then have Cat speak it back to me. So the idea being that I can search for next Genshin patch date, get some search results back from Google, turn it into something that actually answers my original question. I feel like this is doable, and then Cat can speak that back to me. So yeah, because it's going so well so far. So the idea being as I can say, Cat, search Google or whatever. I don't know. I'll come up with some term that tells her that she needs to do a web search, and then say, when's the next Genshin banner patch release or whatever, and then she'll take that string query, send it to Google. Google will send this kind of shit back. She'll then send that to OpenAI, ask it to summarize the results. Well, let's test that then. Let's see how easy that is to do. So first of all, I need a way to add spaces in the query. So what I need to do is I need to make a new string, which we'll call it weaponize. Weaponize. Butter knife victory, baby. Oh, is this the original? I always found it was always hard to like I would always struggle to, because I always felt like Resident Evil always had like a specific way it wanted you to kill. Like, which one is that I got stuck on for ages? I remember being in like a similar place like that where it was full of like big, you know, glass liquid vacuums or something, and you had to drop a piece of machinery on this specific monster or whatever. So it was like you had full control like you normally do. So I was like shooting and I was like, why won't it die? And it's because like it was like scripted in a way. I think that was 5. Yeah, I think that was 5. It was scripted in a way where for this particular boss fight or whatever, you had to like, I don't know, pull a lever and drop a piece of machinery on its head or whatever. But that used to confuse the hell out of me because I didn't feel like it was very well told. That just reminded me of. Weaponize. So weaponize is going to be search for dot replace, because we can't send spaces to the URL. So we want to replace a space with %20, I believe it is. Okay, and then I can say I had to try that 50 plus times. My reaction was surprised. So surprised. Yeah, I always felt that was one of the issues with Resident Evil. Is one of those things where like I don't know, it always confused. Like there'd be certain points where I feel like the game kind of flips its expectations on you. You know what I mean? Like normally a bullet to the head or whatever kills everything except in this one particular place, and then you're like, okay, why won't it die? And it's because it wants you to use some cheesy gimmick or something. That's what always used to throw me in those games. And then once you figure it out, it's fine. But yeah, I feel like they could have just been a bit better telegraphed. But then again, I'm freaking blind. Like I'll sit there and there'll be something right in front of me and I'll just completely miss it if my brain's thinking in a different direction. All right, so let's test this. If I get Cat to search for latest Genshin patch date or next Genshin patch date, next Genshin patch date, and we send that to Google. Okay, we get this back from Google. Oh, I love the fact that it's working now. That's actually awesome. That is actually awesome. I feel like it's running out of room or something, but that should be enough information. Like the patch date's got to be in there somewhere. Ooh, that's article published time. It could get mixed up. I don't know. Is the date contained anywhere in these summaries of results though? First of all, I'm trying to figure out if the answer is here as a human being, so that I can't get too mad at GPT if it doesn't find it for me. Let's have a look. Holy shit! Total results for next Genshin patch date. This is within the last 6 months. What even is that? That's more than 1 million, isn't it? That would be 100,000. Yeah, that's 10 million. 10,400,000 results for next Genshin patch date within the last 6 months. In English. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. Update release date and more. There you go. There you go. The answer is right there. So when is the next Genshin Impact? Oh, that says next Impact stream. Yeah, oh shit, that's not actually... Yeah, I can see how this could all fall apart pretty quickly. Because even I thought that was the date that they were telling us, but that was the date when the next stream was going up. I don't even know if the answer is going to be in these summaries. I got all the way to final boss of the game without dying, but that boss was no joke. Yeah, I don't think I've ever completed the first game, honestly. But so they haven't remade the first one then. I think they have they? Because they remade 2, they remade 3. Now they've just released a remake of 4. I can't imagine they'll do 5 or 6. And I feel like 7 plus is like too recent. I feel like they did remake the first Resident Evil, but it wasn't very successful or something. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. Uh, in all honesty, I don't even know that the answer's going to be here anywhere in the summary. Oh man. Okay, there was a summary in snippet. There was a summary for the one before that, which was January 18th, but that's not the one we're looking for. Oh man, I can't imagine this is going to be easy to achieve. If Google search results had what I was looking for in these summarizations, this would be pretty straightforward. Okay, it just says the release date for the next update for Genshin Impact is being confirmed and version 3.6 is set to arrive in April 2023. But it doesn't give a date. I mean, that is a very specific use case, right? So maybe it can't find out when the next... See, what I was hoping for is, when you do... when you do a Google search sometimes and you ask it something and it tries to use the AI to just answer the question. So like if I say, I don't know, let me think. Trying to think of like a question that will come up in one of those little AI summary things. Well, let's try next Genshin patch date. Yeah, see this here, this is what I want it to give me. Geez, if I can just get Google to return this to me. So the AI's kind of intervened, right? Because this is probably a common search query. Again, though, it still doesn't give a date, though. So I guess this is kind of doing what I'm trying to get Cat to do now. Is kind of crawling the first few results and sort of plucking it out of the results. Yeah, to be fair though, even that doesn't give the actual date. It just says April. April 12th it is. Is that even mentioned anywhere in this summary of results that I got back? Nope. So I can't very well expect GPT to find the answer if the answer's not there. Yeah, they remade it in HD with bonus content, but I prefer the Boomer version. Yeah, I feel like that was wasn't that an old remake though? Like even by today's standards, I feel like I don't know though. I do wonder if they've run out of remakes at this point then, because like I say, I don't imagine they'll remake 5. A lot of people didn't like 5, but I quite liked 5. It was really fun to play in co-op actually. 6 I thought was hilarious. It was so funny. I think because I already had really low expectations going in to play 6, I was actually pleasantly surprised by it. There was because that one was like broken up into different parts, wasn't it? And so, like some of the parts were better than others, but yeah, like the first couple of parts that I played through, I was just it was just so funny. I had a blast. People speculating they will make it again. Yeah, I feel like they probably should because I mean it's a cash grab, isn't it? I feel like if they do, if they apply the same kind of remake formula they have to 4 and 3, 2 and 3, and I assume 4's followed the same. Yeah, they should easily sell a couple of million copies of that, I would imagine. I mean, I'd probably buy it to be honest. Damn it. Okay, so I can't really use this data to test it with because the answer isn't here. Okay, maybe just try Genshin patch date. But it is working, which is quite nice. So I mean, this is letting me do Google searches, which is quite nice. I feel like I've got to be able to use that in some interesting way. All right, so what was the actual answer? April 12th. Yeah. Okay, when I changed the query to Genshin patch date, instead of saying next, because we already filter it within the last 6 months, the answer is right there. The question is, if I send all of this garbage, let me see if ChatGPT 4 can do it. Okay. Because it's not connected to the internet, I'll need to tell it what today is. Today is April 7th, 2023. Let's just see if GPT-4 can do it. Ah, message submitted was too long. It's fair enough, I guess. I need to make sure that what I send it has the answer though. I mean, to be fair, I don't need to give it that. All of that is just Google's header bullshit. It doesn't need that. I can't do anything with that. So it doesn't need to know how many results. Could start from there. Yeah, that doesn't seem that long. Let's try that. Refresh. Yeah, the room made it like 5 times. People are speculating they will make it again in. Oh yeah, I think I already read that, didn't I? Yeah, no, I think they should. There we go. Check it out. Okay, GPT-4 can do it. But we don't have access to GPT-4's API yet. We only have GPT 3.5. So the question is, can GPT-5 do it? It got it right as well. So I just sent it all of that garbled bullshit Google stuff and it just summarized for me. Now, if Kat said that out loud, how cool would that be? If I'm like, Kat, when's the next Genshin patch? And then Kat comes back with well, I wouldn't want it to say based on the metadata provided. She could be like, the Genshin Impact 3.6 update was scheduled to be released. That would be so fucking cool. Which is 5 days from today. That's fucking awesome. If I can get Kat to do that, I will be very happy. Okay, now the question is, can she? That is indeed the question. Okay, so we need a wake word. Let's get our voice recognition going. We need to figure out what our voice command is going to be for this. So let's run. Okay, I only have 100 searches a day, so let's not use all of those up right now. Okay, let's see how, because it is hit and miss what it thinks I'm saying sometimes. So all right, how would I want it? How would I want the conversation to flow? So I'm going to say Cat, and she's going to go into listening mode. Look up could work. Look up. Look up. Okay. Is it consistent at identifying that? Look up. Seems to be. Look up. Look up. Look up. God damn it. Good diet. Look up. I think that's consistent enough. It hasn't misheard that. It's just that sometimes it needs me to pause for longer so that it stops like adding it to the same sentence basically. Which is why I have to pause for a while sometimes if it's not doing it. So if I go into my Hear Words program and we want to use look up as our voice command, I'll put looks up as well. I doubt it would detect it as that, but it's nice to have a second one there anyway, so I can add it in. I'll put in here search the web. Right, then the next thing I say would be the web query. So I now need a new bool so that we let it know that it's going to wait for a web query. So web bool web query equals false. Okay. So if we recognize lookup, web query equals true. Right, this is if it's in conversation, so I need to add in conversation and web query is false. And then my web search would be if in conversation and the web query is true. So if in conversation and web query, then basically we want to send whatever this voice input is to the Google search. Okay, how do I want that to work? Because I think I don't want it to be completely invisible to me, because if I like, the results are going to heavily depend on two things here. Did she recognize a good search query, and did that search query contain the information that I needed? Well, 3 stages really, and then also was that information correctly summarized by GPT? So I feel like at this stage, when she's been given a web query, because I'm gonna need to then do the Google search, take the metadata, send it to GPT, get GPT to summarize it, come back with a summary, and then get her to say the summary out loud. Because that will probably take I don't know, maybe 2 seconds or whatever anyway. This would be a good opportunity for her to respond and say, okay, you know, I have searched, I've sent, and then whatever the search term is, to Google or something like that. Or I have Googled, and then tell me what search query she's using. I think that would be a good feedback to me. Because then that way, if she, you know, if she says, you know what I mean, I have searched, you know, shave puppy dogs to I don't know, to Google, and I'm like, God damn it, I was saying save PNGs, you know, and then I won't be that surprised when she comes back with, you know, oh, whatever. We recommend Gillette to do that. The best a puppy dog can get. Right, so let's see if in conversation and web query. At the moment, this is set up to do a conversation, so it would send a request to Stream Manager, whatever I've said to it, so that then Stream Manager then sends that to OpenAI directly. This time we want so I think Stream Manager, okay, so Stream Manager is going to need to know about web queries. Okay. So we will send our voice request to Stream Manager, but first we will turn the flag of web request to true. Okay. Okay, then that way right, I'm trying to think, where's she getting these back? She gets these back on voice request. So if voice request is not null, then acknowledge voice. And the action, it says action acknowledge voice. Yeah, okay, we actually deleted this feature because it was too slow and laggy. So since I deleted that feature, we could now use this to say, okay, if web query okay, and then we can handle web queries here. Right, so the first thing we should do is turn the web query flag off. Actually, we shouldn't do that till we're finished. Okay, well, this is going to get, it's a little bit complicated. Okay, so we've got our web query in the voice request field. So I need to send that to Google search. First of all, I want her to acknowledge. So we want the say stuff, speech, ads. I am Googling and then my query. So voice request. Okay. And I can see what she's Googling. Then we need to go and send that request to Google. So I need a public search web. Which I'll call search web. Actually, let's do it as a game object because I'll just get the component. So I need to activate it as well. So first of all, we need to send search web the web query. Search for. Oh my god. Search for equals voice request. Then we need to activate it so that it can do its search. Set active to true. I also need to tell Google the search web feature to. Well, actually, yeah, we haven't gotten that far yet. One step at a time. Also, at the moment, all it does is it posts that string in the debug.log. We need to put it in some kind of public string. Right, so she'll say I am Googling the Google query. Then she sends that query to the Google component. Okay, Google component needs some kind of public output for that. So we'll call it search results. I would imagine those search results are always going to contain the same kind of length of bullshit at the start, which I need to strip out. Right, where does the information start that I actually give a shit about? Items, okay. Okay. Okay, let's figure this out. So probably the best thing to do is we want to replace this it's got a quote in it. That's all right, we can no, we can't. How do you include quotes? I suppose it doesn't really matter about the quotes bits. I just say items. There is a way to do that though. There's a way to do that. Unity, include quote, double quotes in string. I thought it was at. You have to escape quotes. What, escape quotes within quotes? That's kind of weird. Yeah, that's the way I've always done it, using the at. But it doesn't seem to like that right now. Does that actually work? Huh. So what am I doing wrong? These What? Isn't that what I'm doing? That's what I'm doing. How is mine different? I wonder if it's because I'm trying to do it within a replace query. Maybe I need to do it as a sub. Okay, that might be why actually. So I need to use a new string to do it probably. So string to replace equals, then try the at items. No, it still doesn't like it. Huh. I feel like it's because it starts with quotes and that's what's confusing it. It does not like mine. Is it because it starts with quotes? Where's my search results? I need to strip out. I've got so many notepads open right now, I don't even know where it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I need that though. Okay, there is an easy way of doing this. I'm making this more complicated for myself than I need to. I could just save that as a file, get it to read that file, and use that as its replacer. So we'll call that split. I'll just call it split text. Okay, that's going to be so much easier. Yeah. String to replace equals file, read all text, split text.txt. Just get it from file, it's going to be so much easier. There we go. Now I know I've got that in memory. So replace split text, string to replace with. Now I need something unique in Unicode that's not going to appear anywhere in that metadata. So let's just get something funky. I need the actual symbol. Oh, okay, here we go. Now we're getting some funky stuff. I don't know that. Oh, look. Okay, replace that with that. Nice. Okay, so now search results. To be fair, I shouldn't. Let's make a new string. We don't want to send this to search results yet. We want to format it all first. So let's make a string. We'll just call it get results equals response text. Okay, then get results. We don't need that. Get results equals response text. String to replace, read all text from that file. Replace that text with a unique Unicode. But this wants to happen on get results. I knew there was something else I needed to change. There it is. Right. Then we need an array. So we need to split results equals get results dot split using our Unicode character. And then our search results can equal get results